y'all, Michael here. Today is Saturday, September 21st, 2024. I am headed to Aubrey Middle School. And it is 7:05 a.m. in the morning as I'm driving here. On my way out of the colony to Aubrey Middle School, we are going to attend a high altitude balloon launch. This is not the type of balloon that you ride on, but this is a type of balloon that scientific equipment will go up on, such as in this case, it is a weather type balloon, probably filled with hydrogen, hydrogen rather than helium, because helium is very expensive. Even the weather service has gone to hydrogen for this, and it'll go up to 60 to 100,000 feet before it pops. When it pops, it's going to go down on a parachute. It's going to take a while. The parachute will inflate, but it's going to take a while to slow it down because the atmosphere is so thin, there's not enough air to slow it down with. So we're going to experience this together. It does involve amateur radio. There will be repeaters on there and other scientific equipment. Usually educational systems get to join in on this balloon flight. So watching this car that decided to take a left turn from a right lane here. So let's get there safely. So come hang out with me. So what is this device here, Andrew?
Here, I'll hold it up so everybody can see. So this is our imaging payload, or one of them. So this is a Quansheng UV-K6, and I took the nut off the SMA connector and just 3D printed this bracket so it sits in through there and mounted it all. So just turned the radio on with the regular volume knob. I took the case off so I could get a little more room to work with it there. This is a standard $2 eBay DC buck converter. I've got a Pi 3 right here. This is a LoRa radio module, but I'm not running LoRa. It's running FSK. And so data comes out of the serial port on the Pi into the radio, and that's what that white wire is. And it just modulates at 115.2 K baud, right? So really fast data connection, so we can get high-res images, but then the Quansheng is for low speed, slow scan TV. So this is it. The Quansheng's running its stock battery. The Pi is running off of these Energizer Ultimate lithium cells, and a little antenna for the top side, GPS right here, and then an antenna on the bottom as well. So this is exactly how it's going to fly right here, just with the cover on. So let's see if I can stab that. So apply that, or assemble that, and then the Velcro strap, and away it goes.
So Andrew's getting the parachute ready. I've never been to one of these, so we're going to explore this together. There's the middle school in Aubrey. More folks pulling in to participate. Right by the football field.
Scratcher. Yeah, the device used here to hold this all together is a back scratcher, but it works well because I've got the DMR repeater in here, which is just a Hytera PD982 radio, and I've got the Insta361R right here, and so you just hang it from right here and then attach your next payload coming down. The connector here is to supply some more DC power to the camera. I've got a couple 18650s in here, and wow. so that's good. Yeah, more batteries for the camera in there because it won't make it through the whole flight with the stock battery. And then the DMR repeater just runs with its stock battery. We should hear the boot up tones here in a second. There it is. So our DMR repeater is live and available. So anyway, fun payload there. Let's go ahead and plug in the camera. Also, this is my favorite part. The cover for the camera is just
a sock.
A sock. Yeah. They don't sell cases for your GoPros or anything in this form factor.
You need to remove before flight tag.
Right. I was going to 3D print some remove before and hang it on the sock.
By hands will work.
Right.
Weather's not too bad right now, so it's going to be a nice launch. The flight should be okay. The recovery is going to be a problem. It's going to be near 100 degrees today, so we're going to really feel it.
Well, good morning.
How are you doing, Stuart?
I'm good. I'm good.
So
prepared to help and also sweat, but that's the way it works, right?
yeah. Is this your first launch?
Yep, first time I've ever watched a balloon launch go up.
Me too. I've never been to one of these launches, so it's cool. We got quite a crowd going here.
Yeah.
Quite a crowd of people out here, and more coming in. More walking in off in the distance. Every bit of the payload has to be measured to the 1/10 of a gram here.
1/10 of a gram. 602.
To the gram or to the 1/10 of a gram?
Just to the gram.
Okay. I was trying to be sensational there.
Yeah. Damn YouTubers.
Someone mentioned putting on a hat, so I put on my fishing hat here. I had 3 ball caps, but I think this one has a little bit better coverage. Almost wore my cowboy hat today. But you never know. You could be rushing somewhere and it can go fly off. This one's got a strap at least.
It's ode to the kids, right? That's your giraffe. That's for my basically latest grandchild.
And then
that's the other grandchild, and that's the other grandchild. So they all have special little things they're flying.
excellent. Get in there. Get in there with him.
Yeah. Jump in there.
No.
You can hold it up. Just hang on to that big old thing at the top.
Turn around for us.
Ava, yeah.
We're getting the payload all set up here, laid out. And the scale there has weights on it. And as the weight goes down on the scale, as far as the scale is, they'll know how much hydrogen they have put in the balloon. And these people know how to calculate it and get it just right, so we don't fly up too fast and we don't fly up too slow. We don't have what's called a floater, which will go around the planet a few times. This way it'll go up, the balloon's going to pop, and it's going to come back down on that parachute right there. Start with the balloon here, which is hooked up to the hydrogen tank. And when that balloon finally pops, this parachute's going to eventually deflate as it falls. This ring holds that open. This is the APRS radio, and it's going to transmit its location so we can see where it's flying. Here's a DMR repeater right there with a 360 camera covered up by a sock. Got another payload down here. And not sure what's in that payload. Got another camera with the toys from the grandchildren. Another payload.
You want to shorten up these intermediate?
And there's still more payloads getting ready to be attached.
Tangled before I got to the figure.
That looks like a battery, possibly. No, that's just some kind of a black box there behind the gentleman.
And nothing else, I'll find out what the E-layer does.
And at the very bottom is yet another payload. And I've seen this similar setup for what they call floaters, and it goes around the world with them.
Yeah, for the pico balloons.
So those are for the pico balloons.
Yeah, and really it is a pico transmitter. What I've done is I put it in that hardened case there to give it a little bit more structure, because I knew I was going to be at the bottom of the stack, and it's going to get whipped back and forth as it goes up. So I wanted a little bit more structure. I didn't want the really lightweight. It comes in at 218 grams with the cord and everything. So it's cool.
So very cool. It looks like we got quite a quite a bit of payload going on this flight.
I'm just hoping the wind doesn't come up anymore.
And ready to take our picture here.
Okay, we'll go that way.
We all agree Chip and I are not
We
here.
got 2 more coming. Can you wait 30 seconds?
The balloon's not heavy enough
All right.
to take off.
Come on, Krista.
Got a countdown for us?
Oh, hang on. We got 2 more coming.
Are these the two?
Yes.
Come on in.
Logan, are you coming in for a picture?
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Michael.
You sure?
Okay, yeah, I appreciate it.
All right.
Thanks, Andrew.
The photoshop's in later.
In the front.
All right, Roger. The two on the end need to get in a little bit more.
Okay, we got her. Right here. Pardon me. You okay?
Wait a minute.
You're
Chip's
gonna
not in.
miss it, Ed.
Look at
Where's
You're gonna miss
okay.
it.
All right. That's who you'll put.
Right here. On my left.
Everybody looking? 3, 2, 1.
Come on, we need another one here.
3, 2,
Come on
1.
in. Get on over here.
One more. We got people coming in.
We still got more people
Probably
coming.
some in every crowd.
No problem.
Okay.
It's a bunch of hand radio operators. Hold up around time.
Yep. It's a good one.
3, 2, 1. All right, let me get it on video. All right, everybody wave.
Wave!
Wave.
12 pounds is it, so we're right there. It'll do well. I bet it'll crack 95,000 feet. So once we get the balloon inflated, we will stretch all the payloads out. We're going to walk the string out and tension it. Not a lot, but just enough that it's not really draped out. And we're going to do what's called a tethered launch. Okay, this is where we run a white rope through a ring at the neck of the balloon. Okay, so we will slowly let the balloon up as far as we can until we run out of that white string, and then we're going to let one end of the string go. The balloon's going to go up, and everybody's going to be holding the payloads that are still on the ground, palms up, and it'll just suck them away. Okay, that's the launch. The recovery is where things get fun. Okay, so quick show of hands, how many of y'all are planning on tracking and chasing this today? Okay, pretty good crowd. As best you can, I would recommend carpooling. Okay, we had some issues last time where we went down these 1.5 lane county roads, and 10 cars would go in and then 10 cars would have to back out a quarter mile. So carpooling is good, or at least wait for us to send someone in first to figure out the viability of that route. Chase simplex is 146.54. If you've got a 2-meter radio, I'd highly recommend tuning into that. That's where we'll coordinate all this. I don't know. Avoid going on any property without permission. Tony, myself, Kip, we'll coordinate this with the property owners as best we can. We'll make a call, obviously, on site, but it would be good if you could help us identify where the balloon is, but try not to break any laws or anything in the process of doing that.
That's so fun.
Yeah, it's right here, yeah. No, our expected landing site is a little to the northeast of Salina. So it's, about 10, 15 miles from here. It's not that far of a hike. We'll probably go and post up somewhere in Salina and hang out for an hour or two while it goes up and comes back down. TBD, it's usually going to be like a Sonic or a QT or something like that. So that's the tentative plan on that front. Regarding the payloads, there's a lot of interesting stuff going on here. I'm just going to quickly walk through them, but the first one that's hanging right under the parachute ring is a tracker, and it's a recovered radio sonde from the National Weather Service. They send these probes up twice a day, and a couple of us crazies go and pick those up on a regular basis. And some hams that are smarter than I rewrote the firmware for that and made it very useful for ham band balloon tracking. So that's what that first styrofoam box is. The second payload, the one with the sock and the one with foam wrapped around the radio, the sock is covering a 360-degree camera, and that's the best camera to view the burst, when the balloon does finally pop. It's pretty cool. We've got video from the last go around, and it was awesome. And the second payload on there is the DMR repeater. And just out of curiosity, who's got a DMR radio and can participate in that? Okay, pretty good crowd. I like it. The next box, the red one, is an APRS tracker. And by now that thing's probably made it to like geostationary orbit with how many times it's gone up and come back down. You know, it's been to 100,000 feet like 17 or 18 times. So it's had a lot of cycles and been a very reliable payload for us. The next one is a camera payload, and that was put together by Tony and Sean. That one's got a bunch of characters hung around the ring. So we'll have video of them going to the edge of space and coming back down. The next box, the red one, is an ADS-B skimmer, and this one listens for position packets from aircraft. You know, they've got their own version of APRS, and it's called ADS-B. And so we're curious to see what the radio horizon is for those aircraft. And that was put together by 2 UTD students, Ron, K5SUS, and Alice, KI1TEN.
On the ground, it's like 30 miles or so.
You can get 30 miles, maybe a little further. I've seen as high as 150 if you've got a good antenna.
Okay.
But from the edge of space, I expect to see planes all across the southern plains. You know, it should be pretty robust.
All the way to Russia.
The next box was put together by Doug, KD50UG, and it's a APRS payload and environmental sensors.
Well,
and
environmental's not working.
environmental didn't work, so you've got APRS working though, right? Yeah. Awesome. The next payload in the string is Nix. You've got an RC flight controller, right?
Yeah, the RC flight controller is sending telemetry to mission planner.
You've got,
so okay. I can see it on a map, and I get the altitude, and we should get like vertical speed as it's taking off.
Sure.
Because it's a flight controller. And then I've got an FPV camera.
FPV camera?
So we'll see how long the battery holds out on that.
Yeah, live video until we run out of gain.
Yeah, exactly. It's low power and high frequency. 5.8 gigahertz.
So the last styrofoam box in the string is Rogers. That's the 6-meter parrot repeater. So if you key up on a 6-meter radio and talk to it, it'll just repeat that same text back to your the same voice. Yeah, FM parrot. And then the final payload in the string is the whisper transmitter. That's the one with 2 little solar panels, and it's just a 20-meter whisper beacon, and that's Dave, K5YRs. And I'm very curious to see how propagation is this morning from the edge of space. You know?
Yesterday, just in my yard, about 8 feet off the ground, I did 2,600 miles.
Nice.
On 20 milliwatts.
Well, if that's 8 feet off the ground, what is 100,000 feet going to get us? Is that many times around the globe? Is that how that math works?
Yeah.
So
you'll be able to see people's reports of it live on the internet, right?
Yeah, if you go on APRS or whispernet.org, you'll see it now because it's already transmitting.
It's already transmitting.
That's awesome.
Nice. So it's K5YR's growth throttle.
Cool. Very good. So I think that's all I have. I do appreciate everybody coming out and enjoying this launch with us. This particular flight was funded by the Richardson Wireless Klub, so thanks Chip and the rest of the RWK board for doing this. This is about a $500 affair in just expendables and whatnot. You know, the balloon itself was around $250, hydrogen another $150, so not a cheap thing to pull this off, but we really value this just in terms of, you know, ham radio and experimenting and trying new things.
And so, how many thousands of dollars of payload?
How many thousands of dollars? There's probably about $2,000 and stuff hanging from the string.
Yeah.
So we're motivated to recover.
Yeah, we want to recover.
We're getting this
back. The light side. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm sure in the background you can hear the SSTV, and that was one payload I forgot to talk about. That's actually this one right here. And the reason I haven't strung this out is because there's some people watching the camera here on the internet right now, and they asked us to get good video or stills of the balloon inflating. So this one's transmitting live digital images through the upper antenna and live slow scan TV images through the lower antenna. So we'll string this up here once the balloon is inflated, but this is a fun payload. I've had a lot of fun building this over the past week or two. So anyway, any questions about all this? Yes.
Are we getting space raffy back? Oh my God.
Are we getting the space raffy back? Yes. We are absolutely recovering all these payloads.
Yeah.
Yes. I will make sure of it. So anyway, let's go ahead and start filling the balloon. What time is it?
It's 9.
All right.
It's
9:08.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to need, what do you think, 4 or 5 people to help stabilize the balloon once we start?
Yep.
Make sure you have gloves on.
You have to have gloves on if you're touching the balloon.
Also, I'd like to introduce our launch mechanics, Tony, W5ADC, and Kip, AE5IB.
Yep, so grab some gloves.
They've done this many times.
So you just have to make sure the balloon doesn't touch the
Because
ground.
the oil from your hands will make a weak spot in the balloon. That's why we wear gloves.
Sarah?
So, Kip, we're going to do the tether from below the parachute.
Are we standing where the balloon is going to go?
That sounds like a plan. Around that point.
They're going to have to like stretch it out somewhere.
All right.
And then the payload is going that way.
I was spread it out.
I'll run the gauges. Putting this on like in a big container thing or whatever? Because I've never seen one of these before. I think it's just on a big old string. Yeah.
It's a daisy chain.
Yeah. And they're just all going to hang down below.
Yeah.
Below the balloon.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's the way Andrew put it. It's a whole bunch of space junk.
Nobody put on the
Okay. Turn the scale on, please.
So what we do here on the balloon to inflate it, Tony's got 20 pounds of weight right there. So we're going to zero it out, and the scale will actually give us a negative measurement. And so our target is somewhere around 16 pounds of lift. And with 12 pounds of payload hanging from the string, that'll give us 4 pounds of free lift.
12, yeah.
So that should give us an ascent rate right around 1,000 feet per minute, or 5 meters a second.
So we're filling it up, and what Andrew just explained, in case you could hear him, that's 20 pounds of weight on the scale, and we want to get it to where it's going to have 16 pounds of lift, or 20 pounds of lift, so we want that to go to 0 on the scale right there. So it's showing 20 pounds now. Once it hits 0, we have 20 pounds of lift. We have 12 pounds worth of payloads, so that's going to be, with everything combined, it's going to be about 16 pounds altogether, which gets us about 4 pounds of lift. Everybody's gloved up here to keep the balloon from touching the ground and popping. And they're all gloved up because oils can create a weak spot on the balloon. We don't want any oil on this balloon. And it's a big old balloon, and it gets bigger as it goes up in the sky.
Hold it with your hands like that. Thing adventurous is going to be the wind. Don't let the wind carry it too far in any direction.
Now we're not going to fill it completely up because it does need to expand up in the air as it goes up in altitude. We got a little bit of wind here, so looks like we're getting a little lift.
Yeah, about 5 pounds of lift right at the moment. We're right about 5 pounds of lift. You got a ways to go.
So the 5 pounds of lift, which means the 20 pounds down there now weighs 15 pounds
Yeah, we don't have that thing.
because of the lift.
To make sure the
And it's getting a little smoother. 8.8 pounds of lift.
About 10.1. That's okay.
So it's going to get a little bit larger.
Yeah, this one. Oh, it's at the bottom of the parachute. Oh, okay, got it. Right here? Okay, got it. Yeah, I see it. Okay. Okay.
So what's a good size reference for this bone right now? That's pretty huge.
Yeah, take it now and then just go that direction, and when the time goes up, it'll go up. And we'll just separate ourselves and stand downwind, and we'll go upwind, and I'm never letting go of it until Andy just moves through. Now, that's okay. Yeah, but I was We're about 11.4. That's 12.2.
Hydrogen going in is getting a little bit quieter now. And the balloon's getting a little bit bigger.
It sounds like it's slowing down. Yeah, it is. Got 13. Sometimes it's getting 13. I think that's it. I don't hear any more. Okay. Sacrifice. Don't hear any more. No.
Well, maybe the bottle wasn't quite as big as we thought it was, or full.
Okay.
So we're going to have to cut some payloads out because it wasn't as much hydrogen as we thought was in that bottle.
We're going to have to lose payload.
What's the lift? Huh? What's the lift? We got 13. Okay. And we got 12 pounds of load.
We might get a little more if you let the tank warm up.
We'd like to be about 4 pounds of extra free lift.
Let the tank warm up and get a little more.
It's going to take them a while.
So we took a piece of payload out.
Then I can put
We all hate that, but
Well, don't block it with the sun. Let the sun shine on it.
Everybody cut all the tank. One rep, everyone pound out.
Somebody got a lighter? Yeah, we can come and heat up the tank a little bit with the.
I got a torch. I got the back of my truck.
Yeah, I get it.
Alright, so 690 grams is how many pounds?
How many?
That's about 1.5 pounds.
About 1.5.
1.25.
So, do we need more off?
Well, we had 1 pound of free lift, and we just dropped 1.5.
Now we got 2.5 pounds free lift?
Yeah, it gives us 2.5 pounds. It'll go up slow. We'll make it to Louisiana.
Yes.
Well, not if it's only going to go 12 miles.
That equation changes.
Don't kill the Rex, but let's get the cold side into the sun.
At this point, the tank wasn't as full as we thought it was. These people have launched several balloons, so they know what they're doing. They've done it multiple times.
Is that all when you started? Tied off.
Tied off. So you're going to hold or you're going to tie?
Let you hold.
Okay.
Daddy.
Alright.
Now this is the tricky part.
Look at it.
You gotta take off the bottom. You gotta make sure you keep the gas in there.
Yeah.
Well, the gas doesn't want to come out the top.
It's more the problem of dropping it or losing it.
You gotta tie it down.
Let go.
Are you all for him? Okay. Now it's all on you, Tony.
He's going to zip tie it on.
Enough to hold it there.
While he's doing that, I'm going to change my battery.
Does it have APRS as
Okay, we are still working on the tie wraps, multiple tie wraps around that ring.
Okay, so it does have extended. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Trying to make that balloon as airtight as we can.
100% cycle, so it's almost every single time.
Well, I got one of the little whisper trackers from Turkey that does both.
Yeah.
20 meters is what it's set up for, and it also has APRS, but I've had some problems lately with APRS.
Oh, no.
So you got APRS on
2 meters?
Yeah.
It's about the size. Well, it's about
Yeah,
that size.
mine it'll do, this one will do 20 and 30. I've got another one that'll do 17 and...
So how do we monitor
tape around it?
Punctured
by rows at time. The key down there, I've got it set up on a laptop, KX3, so I'm decoding it directly.
Okay.
You
Putting tape around it so that the little sharp ends of this
it's hot.
don't
so you go to
cut the balloon
you
when
go
it's
to whisper now.
flop it
and
around.
You can see it. It's K5YR stroke Bravo.
Let's see.
Yeah, and it is the 6 digits, so it's fairly accurate. It's not as good as APRS. K5YR.
Yeah.
And the beacon is /Bravo.
Dash B or slash?
Slash. Yeah, they don't do dashes.
Oh, that's not whisper. Okay. All right.
Well, what do you say, Andrew?
Okay.
And go to whisper.net.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's a whole bunch of different sort of. I have an app on my phone.
Second payload off.
Right. I have the tablet running with
About to know how much that
SunHub and APRS FI and Google Maps, and
It's just go see it on PS4.
So we had to take 2 payloads off due to the lack of hydrogen that was in the tank.
Tony's
So if we want to start walking.
his primary.
Yep.
Okay. You need somebody on every payload. There's Doug's, and then yours.
Yeah.
It's always good to have backup.
Yeah, absolutely. I said now it takes him 4 minutes to do a cycle to get to the 6-digit mate. Let me go grab my phone.
Okay. Good luck.
So everybody's going to hold a payload. They're going to hold it in their hand like that, and it's going to float off their hand once it gets that going. So there's the parachute right there. And up there is the balloon up in the air. So
As it goes up higher, it'll get closer together.
Do you want me to start paying out rope or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
got the ropes there to help stabilize it, but the ropes will go right through. Got the toys, we need to make sure those stay together.
Actually pulling significantly.
Imagine that's
I mean, like I can handle it, but yeah, that was like a powder to a bull. That's
about, yeah,
I guess we have to put all the payload on too.
At the moment. You get lighter.
Yeah, it's kind of moving back and forth here with the wind.
You want me to start backing out?
No, you actually want to come toward it.
Well, at the end we do. Okay. Yeah. Right now we don't want it to twist.
All right, balloon's going up. We're gonna watch everybody's payload just float away here soon.
Just checking all these. All right.
Somebody tell me if the other end of this is tied on. I didn't check.
It's being held by a man.
No, like when I get to the end of this little winder.
Is this tied off or not? I don't know. We'll find out when we get close.
Alright, the balloon is way up there right now. Let's help stabilize it. These gentlemen right here, or over there actually.
Gotta be real careful about that.
On the other side there.
I was just handed this little monster.
Payload in your palms, palms up.
I don't know.
So payloads are in everybody's palms. Palms are up, so it just floats off their hands.
All stretch out so we can't have any slack in the line.
Okay, so it's tied on. Oh, that shit. No, that would have gone. Good to know. Okay. I've learned something today.
Alright. Okay, well, come walking in a little bit. Okay. Probably about here. Right here, okay. Here we go.
Alright, here goes the launch.
Where the guy is in the white shirt. Alright. Next to the purple. Next to the orange hat.
Alright. Go ahead and let go of the tether. One hand only. Yeah. Yep. Travis, let go.
I'm letting go.
Let go.
I've got the lip end.
Let go completely.
Okay, hold on. You hold the
Lift
loop
your
end.
hand on. Lift your hand on.
Okay, I'll let it go.
Yep.
Here it goes. Okay.
I'm holding.
There goes the tether. Here goes payloads. Going up in the air. Hopefully it's not going to hit anything.
Oh, success.
Yay!
It's a launch. Oh, we did?
That is a launch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Let's see if my parents work.
7 payloads up there that I can count. I'm just looking. Such a cool thing. I'm gonna try to zoom in. Can't guarantee any focus, folks, but it's at 4.2x. It's way up in there.
That last one almost didn't clear.
Right now we're going about 10 meters per second lift.
Yeah, 11 meters of lift.
11 meters of lift. Would that speed up as it continues to climb?
I don't know.
Picture when he was sitting here. I was expecting it to hit the kid in front of me. When does it take pictures? Because he was holding it like this.
And it's way up there. I don't know if you can even see it on the camera.
50 meters now.
650 meters now.
That's a picture. That's the same picture I received about 30 minutes ago.
You can just see everything spinning.
Yeah.
That's normal.
If you look on my telemetry here,
Yeah, it's just
it's Earth round, Earth round.
the digital side is working.
But if you can see it, that's a picture of it that it just took. So it's up in the sky. We just got a little bit of glare here. Is that a refresh?
That's the old one.
That's the old one.
That's the newest.
Very cool. There we go. Maybe that's a better angle for it.
And then here's the APRS.
So it's going 12 miles an hour. It's at 5,283 feet right now.
J5MGY.
5,778.
That's the
14 miles per hour.
That's the DMR channel as well.
And you can actually see it turning. And that's the DMR repeater going off in the background. That is part of the payload there.
PGM. I still see a balloon.
So now you can see the lake coming from that balloon up there. I can't really get the camera on there. I can't find it in my viewfinder, so I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not, but pretty cool. pretty freaking cool. We had our second malfunction, first one not being enough hydrogen, but the SSTV is actually showing the same picture over and over from when it was on the ground. So that happens. That's going to happen when you got stuff like that being jerked around pretty high rate of speed. But it's still cool that it's transmitting from way up in the air. The amateur radio operators of all ages out here. Very cool. One of the repeaters out there, or up there on the balloon, we just got communication with somebody in Texoma area, so it's going higher and higher. It's going to have multiple states that will be able to hit it, and I've talked to people as far south as Houston on DMR that was launched on a balloon, Louisiana, Arkansas, Oklahoma. We'll see as we get reports in, people that follow these balloons just to get on there.
Uniform Romeo Julie, Sherman, Texas.
Sherman.
Got Sherman, Texas.
Radio loud and clear, but the APRS is just barely comes through. Oh, yeah.
So Sherman's up in Grayson County. We're in Denton County right now. I forgot to mention that. I can't even see the balloon right now, but other people are saying, oh, there it is. I can see it. So Chris, what are we at right now?
We're at 24,800 feet.
24,800 feet.
It's still visible, kind of. I forgot my laptop charger.
Uh-oh. Figures, right? So we're still here at the launch site, and we'll probably be going here to the staging area here soon. Don't know how long it's going to be up or how high it will get up. We're hoping 100,000. It may be 60 to 100,000. I mean, they pop at different intervals, so whenever it decides to pop. Quick update, we're now at 26,000 feet, and we're heading due east at 35 miles an hour. So I could not see it. 35 miles an hour. Last transmission, we're at 35,802 feet. We're traveling about 39 miles an hour.
But such is life.
We're getting the latest images from it right now. That's the view from the balloon. And I'm sorry, Flat River, there's a little bit of a curve there. And that's natural.
There is a little bit of a curve.
Looks like we're gonna move on to the Anna Melissa area. We were originally thinking it was gonna be Salina, but it's gonna be the Anna Melissa area. And we're going to keep tabs on each other on Simplex on 2 meters, which is ham radio frequency. So let's go head to the next place.
Like 3 minutes, but we're going to go the 455 route and just kind of go up to Pilot Point. Now, I do think our parachute's a little undersized, so I think it's going to come down quicker. So I think the Weston direction, but I might err in favor of coming up a little short of Weston.
Yeah, Dan and I have been talking about exactly the same thing, and we're in violent agreement with you. We think it's going to be between here and Weston as well.
Well, anyway, I think we're going to continue on that way. I will see y'all at the recovery site if nothing else.
Yeah, sounds good. From where you are, I see you on the map with your beacon. From where you are, you're only about 8 miles from Weston, so yeah, you kind of can't go wrong. You're definitely in the right neighborhood.
The balloon's about 98,000 feet above us, and so we're expecting it to pop anytime soon. He was mentioning that the parachute is a little small for the payload that we have, so it should be coming down quicker than most. But it's not going to be crashing down the ground, of course. It's just it's still being retarded by the parachute. But that's dang near 100,000 feet up in the air. My gosh, that's incredible. I'm just going to continue following Andrew here, because I've never been in this neighborhood. We're in Salina right now, home of the Salina Bobcats. We're still waiting for the balloon to pop. I haven't got any confirmation that the balloon has or has not popped. I should have reset the mileage to see how far we're driving, because we're just kind of driving around right now until we can find a good place to stop and wait to see what the balloon's going to do in the winds that prevail. How high is the balloon now?
Man, it's at 105,000 feet and still going up.
Okay, Andrew, I gotta ask, what's the highest you've seen a balloon go?
Tony actually has the record that I'm aware of, which was like 138,000 feet, but he only flew a tracker on it. He only flew enough to verify that it went that high, and he had so much balloon. I mean, it was like a 3,000 gram balloon. It was insane, and it was wild because this was at like a conference in like 2015 or 2016, and so he let that balloon go after really 5 minutes, 10 minutes after everybody else let theirs go. But we picked up all the other balloons that got launched that day and were at lunch before the high altitude attempt even burst.
That's pretty incredible. So we're at 105 now. See how high we can get it. No hurry to get anywhere, so I might as well get behind a slow-moving vehicle. It's actually quite perfect.
Oh, good choice.
This is a good time waster. You know, I'm not upset about it.
I was just thinking that myself.
There's a Bethel Baptist church if you go left and then right.
All right, we'll head that way.
Go left on 455. Then right on 128.
I think it would be safe for us to head back on the other side of Preston, because it's exceeding all expectations and it's definitely pulling further west than I thought.
Now we're back in Salina. He took a sudden turn to the right here. And it looks like we found a stopping point. Spoke to Andrew there, and he said it looks like the balloon popped, going down 100 meters a second, and hopefully that parachute's going to help slow it down here soon. right on Pecan?
Yeah, I turned right on Pecan.
Okay, I'm about to do a U-turn to catch up with y'all.
The reality is I don't know where I'm going, so y'all be prepared for mistakes.
I resemble that remark.
Where are you guys at?
We're on 455, caught on a train in town.
Train crossing right now.
Okay, we're behind you now. Thanks.
Alright, turning westbound on 455 right now from Preston.
That's the Linus Finest right behind us.
Yeah, there's a few black vehicles, so I couldn't figure out which one was which. Alright, I'm at the train as well.
Yeah, John, I was thinking the way that you came this way was better than the way that I came to Salina because of the festival, but I guess either way you would have hit the train. Yeah, there's no getting around it. 24,000 feet, so it should be getting pretty close.
Okay, after crossing this track, did you go straight, left, or right? I can't see your vehicles.
We're going 455. 455 westbound.
So just past the track, make a left.
Yeah, I missed that turn, so I'm going around here in the City Hall Square. Yeah, I'm stuck at the square.
Are you staying on 455?
Yes, we are.
Yeah, this is not a good place to get stuck. Saying that I got lost was a understatement. All right, they're somewhere down the field there, trying to get in contact with the owners, of course, and working with the sheriff's department out here to retrieve the balloon. But that's why Andrew wasn't answering his phone. I think he left his phone in the truck. I was trying to get him to drop a pin. But cool. From my understanding, that gentleman up there just told us that they're on their way back, so hopefully they'll have some gear in tow. Some nice little cactus there. Little cactus in the wild there. That's pretty impressive.
You can see the parallel runways, you can see the terminals in between.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
And I even confirmed it with these buildings to the south on Google Maps.
That was the last picture when it was over 100,000 feet up.
Yep.
And that's DFW Airport.
It went to 107?
Yeah. It looked like it went to 110,000 feet.
Did you get a packet that high?
That's on these last pictures. That's what the pictures were reporting.
Yeah, wow. You don't know how accurate.
So yeah, that may not be 100% calibrated, but I mean we're in the ballpark of 110,000.
The giraffe made it. That was the important part.
Oh yeah, oh well.
Here, let me hand this to you.
But how many have a toy giraffe that's been over 107,000 feet up in the air?
Yeah, that's why she calls him Space Raffy.
That's awesome.
You're a little red. Do you want some water?
I have some in my pocket. It's just
Okay, you might want to take a drink.
yeah, they found they're still missing a couple of payloads, so they're looking for those. But
Dan told me that you had them.
Oh, did they? Well, they may have found them in the time I started walking.
How long did it take you to walk out? 10 minutes?
About
15?
10 minutes.
Okay.
So it's a little warm.
Oh, well, yeah, you got
you have to go through a ravine, a dry ravine. So
well, it's dry now.
It's dry
it's
now.
marked down there as flood zone.
There's plenty of cowpats there too. So.
Oh yeah.
So do me a favor, take a drink, please.
Yes.
Thank you.
Where's the Jack Daniels when you need it?
Yeah, exactly. Except I got to drive everybody back home. But I'll have one of those when I get back home.
Cool. Well, are we gonna try to do lunch someplace or?
I hope so. You can't have hams get together without food. It's against the rules.
We're gonna have ham and cheese.
Yeah.
How many people are over there?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, there's a whole crew.
That's 10.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I should have got down there with
about 5 or
them.
6 out there. We think about 12 or 14 people.
Oh yeah, like half the people who showed up here went out for it.
Everybody survive?
Not quite.
Not quite. Who did you have to leave behind?
2 payloads.
Oh no.
Oh, you can't get to them, or they're gone?
Fell off mid-flight. It seems like.
Oh.
What payloads was it?
The ADS-B skimmer and the 6-meter parrot weren't there.
Oh no. It was a big package game. Survived. That's good.
Take over twice. Huh?
Take a drink. Start drinking.
I will if I bring them some.
111,817.
I believe so. I'll have to double check the data, but from memory, that was the last number I saw.
Okay, so that's
home cooking
up there.
That's a new personal record. I don't know, Tony.
Tender Smokehouse Aubrey.
111,000.
I think that's about the highest we saw.
Yeah. No, but is that a record for you? Not your high altitude attempt.
Oh,
but on a.
for just a normal launch, that probably is. Yeah.
Yeah, the whole time, everything past 90, we're like, any moment now.
Yeah, I know. We're like, okay.
About 105, we're like, that bastard's just not gonna pop. You know, it's just gonna keep going. You know, it's gonna hit a Starlink satellite. But no, eventually it decided it needed to come down.
Thanks to the Goddard School of Operating.
So anyway,
that's a good balloon.
It was a good balloon.
That's good sourcing.
Yeah, we had a very quick recovery at the launch site. There was one payload that got recovered immediately.
Okay.
And then there were 2 other payloads that slipped out of their slings.
Everybody knows where to go? We're gonna go?
Yeah, you go up here.
So we're gonna go get lunch now.
Take a left.
All right.
Events always have to start and end with food. So
Well, there was no food at the start.
yeah, well, that's a you problem, not a me problem.
So we lost a couple of pieces of payload, including a 6-meter repeater. Hated to see that thing go, but walking back to the car here, and we'll be headed to Tender Smokehouse for some barbecue. Well-deserved barbecue. So we're gonna have our ending deal. It's gonna be at Tender Smokehouse. I've been here for breakfast. Not this location, but some good barbecue. Had brisket and egg tacos. They're definitely worth it for breakfast. restrooms. Please seat yourself. We'll share a barbecue menu, but in specialties they have something that's called the Grand Slam. And we have no clue what the Grand Slam is.
It'll probably be good.
So we're going to try to find that out. Nice group of people here. Nice group of people.
I can get model releases for everything.
This is the after feeding. A little bit of brisket, a little bit of jalapeno sausage, baked beans, bread, and some pickles and onions. Time to do it again. Oh, that was good. Pretty decent. Got the brisket and the jalapeno sausage. I think they actually got me regular sausage. They had a film crew in there. I think they're filming from a commercial there, so we'll see if I'm in the commercial. But for now, it's time to go home. It's been a day and I'm tired, so it's time to go home and start editing this video. A lot of fun. Quite the adventure. 111,817 feet is the last report that we had. They're going to look at some of the data and make sure that is the highest, the apex of the balloon. That's pretty amazing. That really is. But I'm tired. It's time to go. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm having fun doing it. But for now, y'all take care. Be safe. Bye. Goodness, my car is dirty. It is really